terror plot foiled in the UK. 8 men, including 7 Iranian nationals, arrested in nationwide raids. British counter-terror police say the suspects planned to target a specific site as fears grow over Iran's use of criminal proxies for foreign attacks. Is Tehran stepping up its operations on UK soil? On May 4th, London's Metropolitan Police claimed that Britain's counterterrorism police in 2 separate investigations arrested 8 men, 7 of whom are Iranian nationals. A day earlier on May 3rd, 5 men, 4 of whom are Iranian nationals, aged between 29 and 40, were detained on suspicion of terrorism offenses over a plot to target a specific premises. The nationality of the 5th man remains unknown. As part of the investigation, officers are also carrying out searches at a number of addresses in the Greater Manchester, London, and Swindon areas in connection with this investigation. Meanwhile, Commander Dominic Murphy, head of the Met's Counterterrorism Command, urged the public to remain vigilant amid the investigation. This is a fast-moving investigation, and we're working closely with those at the affected site to keep them updated. The investigation is still in its early stages, and we are exploring various lines of inquiry to establish any potential motivation, as well as to identify whether there may be any further risk to the public linked to this matter. Britain's Home Secretary Yvette Cooper said the arrests were serious events that demonstrate the ongoing requirement to adapt our response to national security threats. Earlier in October 2024, the head of Britain's MI5 domestic security service, Kim McCallum, had said that his agents and police had tackled 20 potentially lethal plots backed by Iran. Since 2022, most aimed at dissident Iranians living in Britain. The spy chief said at the time that MI5 had seen Iran launch plot after plot an unprecedented scale. 5 men were arrested on May 3rd in Swindon. West London, Stockport, Rochdale, and Manchester as part of a pre-planned investigation into a plot to target specific premises. 4 of the men are Iranian nationals, aged between 29 and 46, while the nationality of the 5th was still being established. Officers were working closely with those at the suspected site, although further details have not been disclosed for operational reasons. Separately, 3 Iranian men aged 3,944 and 55 were arrested in North, West, and West London on the same day under the National Security Act as part of a different investigation led by the Met's Counterterrorism Command. Searches at their addresses were ongoing. Police confirmed that the 2 operations are not connected. One of the arrests in Stockport was carried out by armed officers near a busy children's play area in an affluent suburb, leaving residents shaken. The arrests come amid heightened concern over Iran-linked threats in Britain, with intelligence agencies warning of a growing number of hostile activities targeting dissidents. Iran International on May 4th reported that Britain was set to put Iran's intelligence and security establishment on the highest tier of a foreign influence watch list. Security Minister Dan Jarvis told Parliament on March 4th that would toughen London's stance on perceived political interference by Tehran under the designation Iran, and anybody acting on its behalf would be deemed a potential security threat and compelled to register their activities in the UK. Not doing so would potentially incur a 5-year prison sentence. We will place the whole of the Iranian state, including Iran's intelligence services, the IRGC and emojis, the Ministry of Intelligence, onto the enhanced tier of the new Foreign Influence Registration Scheme. Jarvis was referring to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, a paramilitary organization at the heart of the Iranian establishment, which oversees foreign operations. While International Center for Counterterrorism reported in October 2024 that in his latest update on national security threats against the United Kingdom, MI5 Director General Ken McCallum revealed that since January 2022, authorities have contended with 20 Iranian-backed plots targeting UK citizens and residents in these plots. He added, Iranian state actors make extensive use of criminals as proxies, from international drug traffickers to low-level crooks. In September 2020, for investigators in Germany and France revealed that Iranian agents who were acting through European drug traffickers living in Iran hired European criminals to carry out surveillance of Jews and Jewish businesses in Paris, Munich, and Berlin over the past few months. One French criminal, once arrested, admitted he'd been paid €1,000 to photograph a target's home in Munich in April, according to the French domestic intelligence agency GSI. The Iranian services have adapted their modus operandi and now more systematically prefer to use people from criminal circles to carry out attacks abroad. The report by International Center for Counterterrorism also highlighted that trend analysis based on a dataset shows that following the foiled 2018 Iranian bomb plot outside Paris, which led to the arrest and conviction of an Iranian diplomat, Iranian operational leaders, particularly from the IRGC, and most have increasingly relied on criminal networks to conduct attacks. A terror plot foiled in the UK. 8 men, including 7 Iranian nationals, arrested in nationwide raids. British counter-terror police say the suspects planned to target a specific site as fears grow over Iran's use of criminal proxies for foreign attacks. Is Tehran stepping up its operations on UK soil? On May 4th, London's Metropolitan Police claimed that Britain's counterterrorism police in 2 separate investigations